Hello, how is everybody doing? And today's date is Wednesday, April the 23rd, and it's 7 p.m. If you could log in and just let me know you're here so I can see your comments, that would be awesome. Because I've had a few challenges doing it on my desktop, so I'm just looking to see if I'm going to be able to get any messages here. So please just, I'm just looking here, I apologize. So please put your comments in. And I'll know if everything's working well. Let me see. So I know I'm live right now. I just want to see if anybody's here, if anybody's logged in. I'm just going to wait to see if I can see messages. Oh, awesome. I'm so excited. Look at all those comments. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Ashley, Larissa, Glinda, Mary Ellen. Awesome. So it's working. I have no idea what I did differently, but it seems to be working tonight. So please just let me know if you have any questions that I can answer for you. That would be awesome. Today was a really nice day today. I think it was around 14 or something. It's supposed to be, I think, about 22 either today or tomorrow. We're just in luck because we're getting our pool opened up tomorrow, so that's awesome. The weather is supporting us. Hi, Lynn, Melissa, Lise, how are you? How are you? How is everybody? I feel like it's been such a long time. It's only been a week. And I feel like I haven't seen you all in ages, or felt your energy, let's see, because I'm not really seeing you right now. Does anyone have a question, any kind of question at all about mediumship, about mediumship development? I know there seems to be a really great interest right now in healing in general. I'm having a lot of people approach me about healing in general in their life and about moving forward along their path. So I know that's really been highlighted for me in the last, I'd say the last few weeks. And you may or may not know, but I'm exploring healing right now. I'm very interested in experimenting or learning more about healing and offering those services to my clients, because I often find that mediumship and healing go hand in hand, right? I've had that connection with my loved one. I know our souls are eternal. I know they're around me, they're helping me, but now what? Where do I go from here? So now it's kind of what's the word I want to use? Kind of like the reintegration into day-to-day life without the physical presence of your loved one. And I'm continuing to work on that. I would have to look it up. I think my dad passed away about 4 years ago. I would have to look up the exact date. And my mom 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago. So I think I'm doing fairly well on kind of integrating and processing that in my life and understanding, you know, the importance of death. It's part of cycle of life, right? Death is natural. Birth and death, they're all part of our experience. And that does not mean the end. It just means a transformation. I'm so aware of that right now, especially with the spring season, seeing all the beauty around us and just kind of begging us to change, right? Explore our beliefs and our thoughts and just say, you know, am I on the right path now? Is this what I should be doing, or what can I change? And that's all possible with the moons coming up, because there's going to be a super full moon in, let me see if I can remember, Scorpio in May, which is all about doing the deep diving into the soul and figuring out what you want, etc., and who you are. And then at the end of next month will be the new moon in Gemini, and that's all about communication and finding your place in the world with a new moon. So then you're able to put in your intentions. So if you're interested in things like this, I have a newsletter coming out next week. You can go to my website and just sign up for my newsletter, and it'll come out monthly. I'm working on a blog right now. My blog is going to be about spiritual books that I recommend. So wait for that blog. I'm working on that tomorrow. I've got so many books I love, so it's hard to narrow it down. So you can check that out. Hello, Dawn, Jenny, Shannon. Oh, hi, Shannon. I haven't seen you in a while. Well, actually, I saw you last week, but I haven't seen you here. So that's awesome to see you here. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Does anybody have any questions? Because I'll just chatter on until the cows come home. Any questions at all, or any experiences that you've recently had? I'm getting an awful lot of communication from my guide. It's like continual communication, which is pretty awesome. And the communication is in regards to what I'm doing in my mediumship, actually, and in my teaching of mediumship development. I'm getting a lot of messages about that. How to assist others, how to continue to grow, because as we know, life is lifelong learning, right? It's all about lifelong learning. So all mediums are continuing to grow and expand. Any questions? Everybody's shy today. Any question at all would do. Let's see. No questions yet. What else can I talk about? I think I did mention last week that I'm updating my website, so check it out. I think it looks really awesome. And I'm continuing to just reflect on the services I want to offer and what's in demand. And it'd be interesting to know how people feel about this. I was thinking maybe next month I'll do a Zoom event. I'm thinking of maybe charging like just a little fee, and the fee would just be to make sure people follow through and show up. So maybe be like $5 for the event. Be a little different from doing it on Facebook, because I would get to see you, and then that money could be donated to a particular cause. So I might even pick a audience member and say, where would you like me to send this money? Would you like it for conservation? Would you like it for supporting animals? Would you like it for the clean air? Whatever you would like it for. So I think I'm going to try that if that kind of resonates with people. So look out for that. So I'm thinking in May that I'll do that. We'll just try it and see, what's the difference between Zoom and Facebook? And do you prefer Zoom better? And of course, with Zoom, I always give my audience members the choice. You can show yourself on camera, or you can just show your name. But what's nice about seeing you on camera, it verifies that you're actually there. And it just helps me to connect even stronger with your energy. All right. I don't think I'm getting any questions today. Hi, Trent. Maybe there's just a little delay in getting the comments here. So I'm just going to see if there's any questions. So Valerie, you like that idea of doing a Zoom? Awesome. Thank you for the feedback. Lynn's asking, I hear them in my mind when I'm struggling. Right. Thank you, Lynn. I'm going to hear them. I'm going to interpret them as your loved ones in spirit, or it could possibly be your guide too. And absolutely, that's a sign that they're supporting you. And you know for sure it's a loved one in spirit or your guide, because what you hear in your mind usually should be something like positive and uplifting, and it just resonates with you, and it's usually something that you haven't been thinking about, and it just kind of pops into your mind. I have a cool story, and Shannon would know this because she's in my beginner's class, but I was having a little nap a few days ago, and I was just woken up from my nap, and my guide was saying, you know, someone's checking you out around your perimeter, someone's looking into your space, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what is this about? And then ring, then my phone just kind of vibrated, and then I had an email from a potential client saying, can you tell me more about your course? I'd like to join, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, right on. So my guide was right on. My guide's quite good because he helps me with my mediumship and my teaching. So he's always giving me kind of input and supporting me and helping me along. So I thought that was kind of a really cool story. That was just a couple days ago. And he actually woke me up from a nap. But that's okay. I think I just wanted to do 45 minutes. So I think I was at that 45-minute mark. So it was time to wake up. But it just gave me the opportunity to connect with that potential student right away. And they did sign up. And I think the course was beginning in a couple days. So it was awesome that I got them signed up and I connected with them, etc. So that was awesome. So I definitely feel that she was meant to be in that group because my guide even got involved, and I'm sure her guide did too, saying, come on, wake Wendy up. Let's connect. So yeah, it's awesome receiving signs. And again, for me, that I received that sign, I want to say my mind. It was almost like in that dream state. It could come through my subconscious, and it just kind of woke me up. Any other questions or comments? Any questions at all about your experiences, things you've been thinking about? How do you feel about the spring season? I hope you're as excited as I am. I just love the spring. I can just feel this. I was out in my backyard today and I could feel this sense of expansion. I was sitting in the sunshine. I was doing a little bit of meditation outside. It was just beautiful, because we had the strangest, I think everyone experienced this, we had the strangest winter this year. It was just so cold. The beginning of spring was either, you know, freezing rain, blustery winds, snowflakes. It was like, is spring ever going to get here? I need spring. So it's here. So put all of those thoughts, positive thoughts, out into the universe and create those things that you want to create for yourself, right? We're co-creators with the universe. There you go. So if nobody has any questions, I'm just going to pause for a minute and just see if anybody else has any comments. Oh, there we go. There's a bit of a delay, so I do apologize about that. So I just ramble on because my comment boxes are empty. Let me see. Let me find out where I was. I forget where I was here because I just scrolled down. Back and look. Thank you. Trent's helping me out. Awesome. What if it's clear knowing? Clear knowing. Also, it can just come in your clear knowing. You might be walking, or it's like, oh, I just know this. So your guides, your loved ones will connect with you through your different clairs. So clair, knowing, hearing, seeing, feeling, smelling. I'm not sure if Shannon B's here, but Shannon B's in my intermediate class. Or Shannon S is in my intermediate class, and she was getting an awful lot of smells. She was practicing doing a reading and was giving me a reading from my grandma. She's like, I smell vanilla. I smell this. I smell that. And she said, did you do a lot of baking with your grandmother? And I said, yes. So these signs can come through in a multiple of ways. You just have to kind of be open to it and feel into this, right? Is this a sign? And you'll know definitely. Lynn saying, yes, that's exactly what happens. Jennifer Ann saying, how can you tell the difference between being in psychic mode and being in mediumship mode? Well, when you're in psychic mode, you're in the current moment. And usually you're doing things like you're connecting into the person's energy that's in front of you or around you. It's usually about things that that person is doing. It could be predicting the future. So it's what's currently going on. To be in the mediumship mode, you need to lift your vibration. And now you're connecting with the spirit realm. So it's all about receiving, surrendering and receiving evidence that you could not possibly know. So for example, if I'm doing psychic reading for a person, I'm connecting in with them. I'm telling them about what's in their aura, the energy in their aura, giving them perhaps guidance, telling them what is the possibility in their future, because that you always have free will. Now, if that very same person, now I'm going to do a mediumship reading, I'm lifting my vibration, I'm connecting and inviting their loved ones in spirit in to communicate with me so I can share that evidence and that message with the loved one. So it's kind of totally different. But of course, you have to be a psychic to be a medium, right? Because you're using your different clairs to receive that information. I hope that helped, Jennifer Ann, how I explained the difference between those two modes. And if you are, I don't know if you're studying mediumship, but part of the process of studying mediumship is being aware and discerning the difference in energy between being in the psychic mode and being in the mediumistic mode. Feels totally different. If I had to describe, I guess I would call being in the spirit world, it's lighter, it's faster. There's absolute surrender. Psychic to me feels a little like heavier. You're more grounded. You're like, I don't know if that's the right word, but you're more in the current moment and you're connecting into that person. So it's all directed to that person and their life. It's not directed to their loved ones in spirit. I hope that helps. Cheryl said, I can see them in my mind, but some people actually always see a physical body. Awesome. Yep. So I've had, it can be internal or external. In the beginning, I had a lot of external sounds. I'm like, which made me real, in the very, very beginning, I'd hear voices. I'm like, oh my goodness. And that was my guide. And I would see physical spirit. Usually for me, I would like wake up early in the morning and I'd open my eyes and then I'd see my grandfather standing at the end of the bed, or I would sometimes just getting ready for bed too. You know, when you're kind of settling into going to sleep, kind of shutting down your mind, I would see a black shadow sometimes. Just kind of, it would come down the hallway and right along the side of my bed and out through the wall where my nightstand was. And that was just, you know, that was me being open. That was me not doing my development yet. Now I don't have anything like that happens to me anymore. I might feel residual energy, like residual energy in a space, but it doesn't mean that spirit is there. I'm just aware of that energy that's been left behind in that space. And that's more like doing, you know, psychic hauntings and things like that. I haven't done that in a long time, but that was kind of awesome doing that. I tell you, it made me a little nervous. I don't know why I was nervous. I guess because I was in a historical home I've never been in. There's creaky stairs, blah, blah. So your imagination starts going, you know, a little bonkers. And you start thinking haunted houses, haunted houses. But I have to admit, I didn't like to go into the basement. I didn't like the energy there. I felt a lot of sadness in the basement. And when information about this home was shared, that the basement is like connected to the barn area where a young boy fell off the rafters of the barn and passed away. I'm like, that's what I was feeling. That's what I was feeling. So that was kind of interesting experience. Delina says, do spirit guides come from blood family or are they strangers? They can be a family member, and They can also be strangers, but what happens is your guide has a contract with you. Your guide picks you, you don't pick your guide. So I talk about this in my class too, that's really important to develop a relationship with your guide so you can find out what is your knowledge, what is the intelligence you're bringing to this relationship, why are you helping me, what is my purpose, etc. So your guide chooses you and you do have a contract, but I say this again and again, you have to keep up your end of the contract, because if you're not interested or you're ignoring them or you're not following through with development or whatever it is, your guide will say, well, look at that. They're not very serious. I got lots of other people who need a guide who are going to put in the work, so I'm out of here. So they can definitely leave. You can get in trouble too. I just had like a little bit of a stern talking to. I'm like, oh, thank you. I needed that reminder. I appreciate it. And then because I kind of felt a little bit of stagnation, and then I had a little bit of a conversation, and I totally understood, and I took the action I needed to take, and then whoo, a big flow again. So that was just a confirmation to me that that was my guide. I understood what needed to take place, and I took the action to correct. So there you go. How do you know when you found your guide? Usually with, okay, I'm just trying to figure out how to answer this. So for example, I do an activity with my students in which they connect with their guide, and basically you invite your guide in, you have a conversation with them, and let's just say that it resonates with you. There's good energy, there's unconditional love, there's support, and then you continue to work with them and develop that relationship. And you can ask them, you know, are you my guide? So I hope that helps. Dawn's saying it was beautiful in my area too. Yes, lovely. Lovely. I've got daffodils are up. It looks like my tulips are ready to bloom. I've got little buds on my lilac tree. All my favorite plants, they're all coming up. It just makes me so happy. You know, and it just reminds you, you know, of the miracles that are around us. Like, can you imagine, like every year, those bulbs bloom, the flowers come up, and then they go back to sleep and they come up again. It's that whole cyclical nature of, you know, transformation and change and eternal love and peace. It's everywhere around us. It's just so beautiful. Let's see. Do I have any other questions? Eileen says, can your spirit guide be made available for another? Yes. Yes, your spirit guide can have multiple people, actually. Yes, that's a good question. They may be assisting multiple people. And then again, it depends on the person's development, because say, for example, your contract with your guide is to a certain point. They're going to get you to maybe do mediumship development. They're going to assist you with learning your skills, etc. Now you're deciding you want to maybe become a professional medium. Possibly that guide will stay with you, or possibly that guide doesn't have the expertise that you need, and another guide may come in, and then they'll go away and they'll help someone else who's just kind of awakening and supporting them in beginning their journey. So yes, they can be available, and I feel more than one person at a time, because there's no real like time limitations in the spirit world. So they could be with two different people at the same time. Absolutely. And I also wonder about this, if particular guides or helpers run in families, and I do believe they do. It's so funny, because I had a conversation with my daughter, and she's like, talking about Archangel Gabriel. I'm like, oh my goodness, I have a connection to them too. And we just discovered we have the same connection. So it's almost like, I don't know how I would explain that. I haven't thought about this recently, but it was almost like you have like a genetic, almost like DNA, a spiritual DNA or connection to the same kind of helpers, or even like the angelic realm with myself and my daughter. So that's something interesting to think about too. Trent says, I saw a beautiful, oh, a red cardinal. Oh, I hope you said hello, Trent. Do you feel that was your mom? Oh, it's funny. Yesterday, was it yesterday? I think I was meditating and I just looked up and I saw this woodpecker. I saw this bright red and I went, oh, is that my cardinal? Then I realized it was a woodpecker. Oh, aren't they magnificent, the red cardinals? Oh, they're so beautiful. Valerie's asking me, do you know what they're doing on the other side? Do they? Yes, they do. And they'll tell you also what they're doing. Let me think of an example recently. Oh, I'm kind of going blank on this. They're doing their healing. They're having reunions with others, other loved ones on the other side, family, friends, even pets. And then they'll make a decision what they want to do. So for example, your loved one might want to become a guide for someone, possibly you, possibly someone else. Your loved one in spirit wants to perhaps be on the welcoming committee, help with orientation when new guides come, or perhaps work with children. So there's a variety of things that they can do on the other side. I often get, I'm very busy. Don't worry about me. I'm picking up on my hobbies. I'm having a wonderful life. I had a loved one, not for me, but for someone, a spirit just come through recently, and they were saying that they enjoy cooking, and they meet up with their sisters, and they cook, and they have family meals just like they did on the earth plane. And the love and the communication, the support of one another that they create in that space in the spirit world, they send that out. They were telling me, to the earth plane, to their loved ones, to support them and inspire them. So I thought that was just so beautiful. Marie says, I smell perfume of someone who's connected to me and still alive. Can you explain this? Okay, I'm just going to think about this a minute, Marie. Now, this just came into my mind right now. Is there a possibility that you have a loved one in spirit that is wanting you to give a message to that person whom that perfume is connected to? I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I said that clearly, but is there a possibility you might be getting a message for the individual who has that certain scent or perfume that they wear? Because sometimes things can come through like that. Like, for example, my father's come through, and then I get this quick image of my brother, and I know that what he's about to tell me is a message he wants me to relate to my brother, or there's something that he wants me to do in connection to my brother, like check in on him, etc. Does that resonate with you? The other thing, so that would be one, but you'd have to feel in that if you felt you were getting some kind of message connected to that perfume. Or number two, it could also be like how my guide said to me, someone's looking in at you, thinking about you, it kind of like, oh, Wendy, blah, 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 blah. And then it was the potential student. So it might be the same thing, that this person whose perfume you smell, they may be connecting into your energy. They might be thinking about you. So I kind of had that go both ways, but I like you to just feel into that and see which one resonates with you. So you just might be starting to discern energy of thoughts connecting in with you, with your aura, and you're receiving that through, right, the psychic ability of smell. Where myself, when I was getting a message about someone in the living, I got that through like an image of my guide walking around, like the parameters or the, what do you call that? The boundaries of your property. It was like walking around kind of like my spiritual space. I hope that helps. So just see what resonates with you there, Marie. Any other questions? It's already 7:30. But those were awesome questions. Thank you. Awesome questions. I love that. Yes, it's a perfume they wear. Okay. I just had another message. Where did it go? It's weird. It's like my messages kind of disappear again. Let's see. I saw something. I smell, okay, there's that one. I'm going to take one of your, oh, that's off. Cheryl, could I tell you this? And I apologize if you felt my energy, but I was thinking about you earlier today, and it's like, have I ever met Cheryl? Why am I always like, I just feel this connection to you in some way. I'm not trying to tell you take my course, but it's like you're just someone that I want to meet someday. It was so funny. I was thinking about that, and that would be an honor. It would be an honor, Cheryl. Dawn's just saying, I love the smell of lilacs. I have a lilac tree in my yard also. Aren't they beautiful? Reminds me of my grandmother for sure. Eileen says, thank you. Oh, Trent says the cardinals are state birds, so there's never a shortage of them flying. Oh, you're so lucky. I just have one. Comes back every year. Must love the trees on my property and likes me. Let's see. Kelly said, I just bought clone of my loved one 2 days ago. Interesting. Be interesting why you did that. Did you feel inspired to do that? Perhaps your guide is saying to you, you know, it's time to develop your sense of smell to receive messages. So that's really interesting. If you do have a journal, I would write that down and just see what develops from taking that action. Let's see. Maria says, I always thought that person was thinking of me in that moment. There you go. So there you go. So that, Marie, that is awesome. So you're discerning energy, right? So that would be more psychic energy, but you've got to learn to develop your psychic abilities in order to do mediumship. So that's the beginning of your development. So bravo. You should be really proud of yourself. Excellent. I don't know if you do development, but I would say this is kind of the beginning of signs that you're receiving to start to develop your clairs. So think of other ways you can develop your clairs in terms of smell. Can you close your eyes and in your mind smell pumpkin pie, apple pie? I'm trying to think, it smells freshly cut grass. So there's activities you can do to further develop your ability of smell. And like really, you know, as you go around your environment, be aware of smells. You're cooking something like, oh, that's what fried onions smell like. Oh, that's what my air freshener smells like in the bathroom. That's what my laundry detergent smells like. And it'll just help you to expand and develop that. That would be awesome. Hi, Lisa. Let me see. Cheryl's saying, I love when those synchronicities happen. It makes me smile. And I know, isn't it? It's so lovely, isn't it? And you just feel this bubbling of excitement inside. And it's like, I don't know, I just feel an upliftment in my my vibrations, because it's just confirming that everything I know, I feel, it is correct. It is true. It's being confirmed when those things happen. Cheryl says, I feel the same way. Someday we will. Absolutely, we will. Kelly says, thank you. You're so welcome, Kelly. Let me see. All right. So that awesome conversation. Thank you. I just love chatting about this topic. Thank you. It expands my mind, and I hope everyone's learned something here too. So thank you so much. Wow, I'm so grateful. Thank you. All right. So as you know, I do spirit-directed readings. Um, I'm going to be posting this event on my YouTube channel if you want to review it later. So the sense that you're here, you're kind of, you're agreeing to that, for me to be able to post that. I just want everyone to keep an open mind and allow what needs to come through. And just remember, even if you don't get a direct message this evening, your loved ones in spirit, they're always around you. And if you look at the name of my YouTube channel, it's called Being Your Own Medium. And I really do believe that everyone has the potential to be a medium. It's innate. You're born with it. It just depends on what you want to do with it. You don't have to become a professional medium. You can become a personal medium. But I can guarantee you, just by, doing a little bit of personal development, learning a little bit about energy and what mediumship is, it will change your life. It will. It's definitely changed my life for the better. And it's an honor to be able to support others in empowering themselves and living their best life. So I just wanted to say that to everybody before I continue. All right. So, yes, so I'd like you to listen to the evidence, and if you feel you can take that evidence, say you can take that evidence in the chat box. I would appreciate that. So, okay. So I'm just going to talk. I feel like I'm giving a class right now. So if you notice what I'm doing right now, I'm just lifting my vibration, because we talked about the difference between psychic and mediumship. So I'm lifting my vibration, connecting with my guide, connecting with the spirit world. Now I'm inviting a loved one in spirit in for someone in the audience, someone who's viewing right now. For some reason, I needed to say that, so I'm just going to say that. I just said it. Okay. Okay. So first of all, I'm aware of a female in spirit, and the energy feels youthful. I feel younger. And for me, sometimes it's hard to discern between like a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old, but it's kind of within that range. She feels younger. And it's very likely, like even today, sometimes younger youth look older. I don't know why I have to say that, but sometimes it's hard to tell ages. Okay. And I have a connection to the name. It sounds like the name I'm being given is like Finley. And I feel, if not this young woman, someone within her space, her family, her friends had like an unusual name, or a name that was something like Finley. I know that this young woman was very creative. I feel that I definitely feel like she was a dancer, or she could have been a dancer. I just feel this flow to her body, and it was almost like dancing was almost like a what she's saying to me. She's saying to me was like a letting go, letting energy flow through me. She's saying it was almost like a spiritual experience for her. Okay, what else? Let me see. Can anyone take a young woman in spirit who has a really important connection to dance? If she wasn't like taking dance classes, she may have like I don't know, why do I have education and dance connected to her? Education and dance. She may have studied dance in a higher learning institute. She may have wanted to do that, but I'm just feeling this connection to dance. Okay, let me just see what. She showed me beautiful long, I want to say almost like golden brown hair. It looks straight. She's saying sometimes my hair would be a hindrance because she would have to put it up in a bun or tie it back. And then it's like she's kind of laughing, and she's like peeking up from like her bank, like peeking up. Let me see. I'm just going to see if anyone can take this. I don't have any more messages, so I'm just going to assume. So far, no one can take this. All right, let me just see what else she wants to say. She's saying she loved clothing. Clothing was important to her. It's funny, and she's showing, she's saying clothing is important to her, and I thought she was going to show me, like, you know, a beautiful outfit fit, but she's kind of showing me, like, it looks like beige riding pants. It looks like riding pants. So there's some connection to riding and horses. She's showing me that. Beige riding pants. She's showing me boots. She's showing me, I don't know what you call that. I don't think you call it a whip. I apologize for using that terminology, but you know that you kind of tap the horse with. So she's showing me that. She's showing me a dog. I don't know. I'm seeing her and a horse and a dog. The dog is on the horse. I apologize, but the dog's like around the horse, and like when she's riding this horse, there's a dog. And there's something again about like movement, being in sync with her body, with the animals. I just keep getting that. Okay, let me see if she can tell me about her passing. I do feel her passing was, it feels like it's connected to, it feels like an accident. It doesn't feel like it's health related. It feels more like an accident. And I feel some kind of like trauma to the body in this accident. And she just keeps saying mom and dad, mom and dad. I just keep hearing her say mom and dad, mom and dad. So she's kind of reaching out for this message for her mom and dad. So even if someone can't take this young woman, who might even be younger than 20, 30, maybe like 15 to 30 range, just think about someone that you may know that may have lost a daughter. Yeah, I just, like high school. She's just saying to me, high school. Something about high school friends, hanging around with friends. And I feel like she's leading me towards like this accident was connected to like a car accident. Okay, I'm just going to ask what the message is for her, because she keeps saying mom and dad, mom and dad. It's interesting because she's saying, no, don't question the wisdom you gave me. Because she's saying, you know, sometimes mom and dad said, like, think, did we not teach her right? How did this happen? Did we not teach her right? And they're questioning their wisdom in raising a child, etc. And she's saying, no, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. I take full responsibility for what happened. She's saying that. And she's saying it's important that, she just keeps saying mom and dad. Mom and dad know this because I want them to move forward. I want them to move forward. And this thinking, these thoughts are blocking their progress. She's saying it like that. I feel that she has a brother, or there's a young man, because she's referring to a young man, and it feels like it's in the family. She's saying, I'm supporting him. And she's saying, like, give him his freedom. Don't hold him back because of, She's saying my bad choices. I'm going to put it out there. She's saying because of my bad choices. Okay. And I'm just going to leave you with all her love. So I'm hoping if someone cannot take it in the audience right now, that someone can take this message later when they watch it on the recording on my YouTube channel. All right. So let me just... This is kind of interesting. Okay, I feel that I have a heavier set gentleman, if I can say that. For sure middle age, maybe a little older. He doesn't feel elderly. He's highlighting his weight, and he's saying he was very overweight. And it's funny, he was showing me like munching or popping in his mouth. Like, I don't know what it was. At first I thought it was chicken nuggets, but it looks like some round breaded fast food. So I don't know what it is. Poppers? Why does he want me to say poppers? Poppers. So he's talking about that, and he's laughing, and he's saying, you know, food was the joy in his life. And he's saying, you know, I just couldn't get on top of it. Can someone take it? And I feel that his passing was connected definitely to his health and his diet, his eating behavior. He's saying to me, I got little exercise. I got little exercise. I'm going to tell you exactly. He's saying this like in a humorous way. He's saying like, I got a little exercise other than driving to the fast food restaurant or walking to the fridge. Can anyone take a gentleman in spirit who definitely had like an eating disorder and passed from an illness connected to this? I really do feel like he's saying to me, I had high cholesterol, my body was working overtime. He just keeps saying that there wasn't like a healthy flow of his body. And I'm getting absolutely no messages at all from anybody. So now I'm starting to wonder if my messages have just stopped in general. I'm just going to go back and look. So if you can take this gentleman, let me know. Could I just ask a favor? Could anyone just say hello in the comments? I just want to make sure that it's actually working. Okay. And I feel, oh, there you go. Thank you, Cheryl. I was just panicking like, okay, could be my dad or uncle. Okay. It's funny because I was about to say cousin, but now it does resonate with me like cousin, uncle, because it feels a little bit more like distance, not immediate family. Okay, what is he saying here? Can you take, did he have some kind of connection to a particular fast food restaurant? I don't know. This is what I'm hearing in my mind. I'm hearing like McDonald's, Red Barn, Chuck E. Cheese. Like, it's funny, he's just listing all these things. So I feel he had some kind of connection, or just these places gave him a lot of like pleasure. And he frequented them a lot because he's just giving me a list of these places. I don't know. I keep seeing red, and it's almost, I don't know, he keeps showing me red, and it's some location with like a red roof, a red barn. He just keeps showing me that, how this is significant or important. Okay, let me just see what else. He's talking about, he's like using words like I don't know how to say that. Like the portions are off, like disportioned. I don't even know if that's such a word. He's just saying that, like he's showing his body and comparing it like to his legs, to his feet, to his head. That's interesting. And I feel like he's addressing the idea of almost like a mental, like, what's that called? Body dysphoria. Like you're not really aware that you're getting larger. Something about that he wants me to talk about. So he's saying that this weight was more than a physical thing. It was like a mental thing, emotional, and that kind of fed into that. He's saying all that. If you can take that, Cheryl. Let me see what the message is here. Okay, that's interesting. He's talking about like judging others when you're not aware of their story. He's saying that's really important. Isn't that interesting? And he's making some connection to his own life on earth, because he's saying, I didn't make judgments. I don't know, he's saying something like, I didn't make judgments about myself. And something about this message about not making judgments of others based on their like appearance, because no one knows the turmoil inside, be it mental, emotional, physical. So he's almost carrying that over his life to the spiritual side, and that's something of importance, that like he's sharing, he's relating to the earth plane. There's something about that and being part of his purpose. It's very interesting. Yeah, he's just something about his purpose. Wow. Okay, let me just see. I don't know, he's now saying to me, is this interesting? He's saying, I don't know why he's saying Humpty Dumpty. It's almost like, sat on the wall, fell down, and they couldn't put him together again. So he's saying that like that is kind of like what occurred with him. He fell down and like he couldn't get up, he's saying. Okay. And he's saying, and the message that he's giving me for you, Charlotte, he's just saying, like, you have the empathy and understanding to support people of every, it's like he's saying, like of every race, of every culture, of every, like he's just saying, you have this empathy to support other people. And he says, I'm going to inspire you with that in terms of, it's like health. I don't know, Cheryl, if you do something in the health field, but I feel that your uncle is inspiring you to do that. I don't know if you've thought about being a healer, but I just have this direct connection between you and healing. So just be aware of that. If that starts to pop up in your life, or if that's something that you want to explore more about healing and connection to the body. And I'm going to leave you with that. So thank you very much. I'm still hearing that F name. What did I say? Finley, Fiona. They just keep saying this name out. Okay, so I'm just going to thank them and okay. Okay, I feel I have a father in spirit, and he's saying to me that he liked bridge. He liked cards. He liked playing bridge. Getting together, having a good time, putting up the card table. There's something interesting about this word bridge he's using. I want to make sure I'm not interpreting that wrong, because he just said bridge, bridge, bridge. He kept saying bridge to me, and it just felt like playing bridge. he's talking about his sister playing bridge with him, his wife, friends. And he's saying it wasn't necessarily, he's saying in the beginning it was the bridge, and then it was just about kind of people getting together in a group, like relaxing, chatting. So he's saying it started like kind of like it was an official, I don't know, bridge team or bridge group, and it just moved to more like camaraderie, laughter, family time. And I feel that like this, like it's expanded, like it was friends also, maybe even like workers. And he's talking all about like a good time, a good time. Keeps talking about that. Okay. He's highlighting spectacles and his eyesight. So I almost feel like there's some kind of joke about, you know, peeking at someone else's cards, or being able to read the expression on, you know, when you're playing cards and it's like, do they have a full house? Do they? And you can just tell by their expression. He's saying that he was good at that, at like reading people. All right. He's bringing my attention to feels like transportation, cars, trucks. What is this? Possibly a pickup truck. A pickup truck. I see him in a pickup truck with another gentleman. A pickup truck with another gentleman. Like, and there's things in the back of the pickup truck, like transporting things, taking things here and there. And I do feel this was part of his job, because I see the truck, and the truck like has some kind of a name or a logo. And it's almost like something and brothers, or something and company, company, brothers, something like teamwork, working together, and this logo's on the side of this pickup truck is significant. Let me just see what else he wants to. He's talking about going under the scalpel. He says it like that. So he's saying, I went under surgery, but it could not correct the issue. So there was some kind of surgery that took place, but I feel like it wasn't successful. And I'm just feeling into this surgery, and it feels like it was on the upper chest, like possibly like a blockage in the heart. He just keeps showing me the upper chest. So there's something about that the surgery wasn't successful. And he's just saying like I put in the good fight. I put in the good fight. So he's just sharing that. It's important that you know that. No, he didn't give up. He put in the good fight. And he's saying, you know, you get to a certain point where you just kind of accept the fact, and you go with grace and love. That's what he's saying. You transition with grace and love, and that's what he's saying. And I do feel, I feel that he did pass away, possibly in a hospital, because I'm seeing like a lot of white around him in a particular, feels like an institutional building. Okay. Trent, Trent's just saying he loved being the life of the party. Not sure if this is for me, but it sounds like him so far. Okay, your dad. Okay, great. Could I ask you, Trent, because I was looking at that truck and I felt like he was telling me something. Trent, can you take that, he had a friend or like a brother, a colleague that perhaps owned their own business, and it's like I felt like he was showing me like a friend or a colleague in this truck. I'm sorry, I know this truck is important and I'm just trying to figure out what it is. I might have grabbed it wrong. Did he have a friend that had his own company and he would drive a truck? And I'm going to tell you, I felt that I saw hoses in the back of the truck. That seems odd. I know it felt like hoses, almost like shovels, almost like landscaping equipment. Could you just confirm, is there this possibility that he may be on the spirit side with one of his buddies on the other side, who you may recognize through his job or his truck? I know that sounds very odd, but just let me know if you can just feel into that, because he's just showing me, I don't know, I don't know why he's saying, I'm just like, tell me more about this truck. Why are you giving me this truck? And I don't know if trucks can be a Dodge Ram, but I was just hearing Dodge Ram. Something about this truck. Moving things. Okay. I don't want to harp on this truck too long if I'm not receiving that evidence correctly. So let me just ask him. Boy, he's really stuck on this truck. It's like this truck and the person in the truck. There's something important about this male that's in this truck. This male in this truck. He just keeps going back to this male in this truck. So Trent, are you, I don't know. And then I just have this connection to brother. I keep feeling brother in a truck. Brother in a truck, okay? A male in a truck. A male in the truck. He's in the truck with this male. I'm just going around circles here. So let me just see what his message is, Trent, if you can take that message. And just think about truck and what that could mean. And someone that he would be with in a truck. And it feels like there's a spiritual connection to this. Like he's sitting in the truck with this person. He's aware of this person in a truck. Okay. All right, let me just go to the message. Okay. Okay, it's interesting because he's talking about journeys. It's like he's trying to get me back to the truck. Like the truck and moving equipment, moving items from one place to another. And he's just saying some journeys can be short and some can be long. But it's almost like he's saying it's the baggage. I'm just trying to see me negative bag. It's the baggage or the resources that you take with you are important. So it doesn't matter if the journey's long or the journey's short. A journey's a journey, but it's what you're taking with you that is of significance. So it almost feels to me almost like a need for almost like a decluttering or a letting go of things that no longer serve you. I feel that's what he's getting to. and take the things that you really need, that sustain you, that are of substance to you. So he just wants you to be aware, I feel like, of, I'm just going to go back to baggage again. It feels like it's being carried in the back of a truck. He's like, and it doesn't necessarily have to be literal baggage. It could be emotional, it could be mental, it could be spiritual. He's just saying, I just want you to be aware of this baggage that you're carrying and dispense of it as seems best. That's what he's saying. And I'm going to leave you with all that, Trent. So that's what he wanted to share about that. Just think about that truck and just let me know if something resonates with you later. So I'm just taking a minute because I feel like I have a lot of familiar spirits with me who I've connected with before. So I'm just seeing if they will kind of like step back and allow someone new to come through. Okay. I feel that I have a woman coming through. Lovely energy, lovely, lighthearted fun. And she's like, oh, really? I can go through? I was just watching. I wasn't expecting him coming forward and sharing anything. Well, let's see what I can do. So that's kind of like her personality. Very, very humble. Always a giver, a giver, a giver. Not really even expecting anything in return. And it sure feels like it feels like a sister friend energy to me. All right. And she's making some reference to mother. I feel that she's in the spirit world with mother, because she's saying like I'm here with mother, and she's saying, boy, that was a surprise. She didn't expect me. So I know that she was on the younger side. She's just saying to me that she was on the younger side. I'm getting like 40s, possibly later 40s, like maybe around 49. And she's just saying to me that she was this oh yeah, you're right. I'm not seeing the comments at all. It is so slow, so I do apologize. 5 minutes after I see them. All right. Yeah, so whoever can take that gentleman, please do. But now I feel that I have like a sister friend energy here. And I know she had a really strong connection with her mother. Okay, Jenny says, yes, I'm pretty sure it was my dad. My sister, Melissa Hutchinson, is in the room as well. And that message was for her. Okay, thank you so much, Jenny. So there you go. I go with the spirit communicator, even though I'm not getting feedback. So thank you for that feedback, Jenny. And I'm just going to continue with this energy of a female. I feel she's in her late 40s, possibly early 50s. She's very humble. She's very kind. She's very generous. Always put other people before herself. Is a giver. And it was like she would be so, oh, for me? Like that would be for me. Oh, for me? Really? Like never like really kind of expecting things. But when she received it, like she was so like tickled pink. And you would think like, why doesn't she expect that? Like, why doesn't she receive more? Like, there's something about her receiving and how much joy that gives her, and about her really strong relationship with her mother, because I'm almost getting that this woman was like best friends with her mother, because I keep getting BF. My mother was my BF. My mother was my BF. So of course I'm with her on the other side. We're like two peas in a pod. We're like best girlfriends. She keeps saying that. And I feel that she's here to connect with her. It feels like her sister. It definitely feels like her sister, and it feels like her older sister. So can someone take possibly a younger sister who's in spirit with their mother? I'm just asking a little bit more about this woman to give me information. And she's just saying to me, like, I'm asking about her health and her passing, and she's saying something about being fragile, about her health being fragile. And she's just showing her body being like a weaker towards the end of her passing. Like, she just keeps saying fragile state, like it's like her body was so fragile. It's almost like, you know, her bones could break with, you know, sudden jarring movements. I see her like lying in a bed, and I feel her passing was, it definitely feels like cancer. I'm seeing like intravenous. I feel like I'm seeing intravenous, possibly like being fed that way. Yeah. And she's also saying, like, no one would have thought that it would have ended this way for me. Like, no one would have thought that she would experience her passing in this way, because she's saying for many it was very traumatic. She said, for me, it was just being in the mind frame, she's saying, like, of acceptance. She's saying, you know, I always accepted my role, my place, without complaint. She's saying that. And she's saying that had a lot to do with just faith. And she's saying it's miraculous, because now on the other side, I am even, what is she saying? I am even more deeply connected and understanding, and have an understanding of, like, it's like she's saying, like, of God, of divine source, and how that faith connects that faith connects it. She's like, I wasn't really fully aware that I had that connection. It just felt like my personality, who I was, etc., etc. And now she's like, it was my faith. It's like her, like, she had an awakening almost on the other side about faith. Like, my goodness, like divine source, God had always been with me, And I just, like, it was within my passing that I understood fully the meaning of that. And she's saying, that is why I am not regretful of my passing. And it was not as traumatic as it could have been. She's saying it just like that. So beautiful. So what's your message to your sister? There's a message to her sister here. She's saying, do not worry, this is going to happen to you. It is not. She's saying that. Release guilt. And she's saying, like, release, I don't know if you have nightmares or flashbacks on the passing of your sister, because she just keeps saying, like, let go of those nightmares. She's saying that. Let go of, it's like seeing snippets of it. And then it just kind of comes back, remembering things. She's like, let go of those things. And she's saying, you know, I want you to look in like photo albums, anything that brings memories forward. And I want those snippets of traumatic moments to replace with moments of love, friendship, fun. So she's coming through, she says this evening, to help you to replace those memories. She says, yes, because I'm asking her, and she's saying, yes, I am coming to empower her. Yes, I am. Because she deserves that. Her potential hasn't been fully realized yet. She has a long journey to go, and she needs to hear these words. I'm just confirming that for her. She's saying her soul already knows that, but I'm just confirming that for her. And she's saying something about Easter. There are thoughts of, I don't know, of like resurrection, some thoughts about Easter, and thinking of your loved ones in spirit. And she's just saying, I was aware of that. I was aware of those thoughts. It's like I grabbed those thoughts. I heard those thoughts. And yes, everything is okay. We're happy. We're healthy. And she's saying, and you're okay. She wants to say that to you. You're okay. So she wants you to acknowledge that. She wants you to feel that and act. Take action in which you're expressing that you are okay, that life is amazing. Okay, and I'm going to leave you with all her love. Oh, that was so beautiful. Bringing support through for her sister. So thank you so much for that. That was so beautiful. I'll just see if I have one more. Okay. All right. I'm just, I'm aware of a dog in spirit. I wish I knew what this breed was. I think this breed might be like a Chow Chow. It's like it has a big, I don't know, like neck or almost like a mane or something, and it looks like it's like a golden kind of brown color. I would say maybe about medium, not an extremely large dog. And I feel this, well, this dog's showing me that it passed from, I feel respiratory illness, breathing issues. It's just showing the breathing, difficulty breathing. Okay, okay, what else do you want to show me? The dog's sharing with me, she was well behaved. I was well behaved. And I'm just showing, like, she's just showing me the hand of her owner, giving like her a treat, giving her a treat, and she's just like waiting. Very well behaved. If it's not a Chow Chow, I'm like almost getting like a pug, a chow chow, you know, that the body shape like that, the thickness around kind of the neck, uh, and like when I'm seeing the tail, it's almost like the tail's curved backwards. Like I don't know why I'm seeing like a tail. Okay, like a curly tail. Okay. Um, and I'm just like the panting, the dog panting, and awareness that the dog began panting more than usual, which brought about the discovery of I feel a respiratory illness, and I have awareness of like it feels um, like cancer or like nodules, like on like the lungs, nodules. Like I get like a mass there somewhere within the chest area affecting the breathing. Just keeps the dog keeps saying like I love my mom, I love my mom. Just keeps saying that. And saying something about my obedience was my love. Like it was my way of showing you that I understood you and I understood our relationship. Isn't that interesting? Something about that important bond or that connection where the pet guardian and the pet have developed a relationship where they can interact on a loving, respectful level. Okay. And this dog is showing me, I feel like it's soft food. It feels like soft food, possibly canned dog food, but it feels like it's soft. Possibly like vegetables in it. I don't know why I keep seeing carrots. And they're just showing their dish and the soft food there. And I think this, I just feel a connection between the soft food and their health. Like it was easier to like chew, it was easier to digest. Something about this food and helping the dog with its ailments. Okay, let me see what else I can pick up with this dog. Something funny. I don't know. The dog's showing me something funny. It's almost like a pink tutu. Like the dog wearing a pink tutu. And it's funny. And then when I said that, then I'm being shown like little ballet slippers on its back paws. So it's almost like, I don't know, there's some connection between being like a ballerina, being a princess, being there's something about that. Like, come here, my little princess. Come here, my little ballerina. There's some connection to that the dog's referring to. I'm not. Yeah, I'm just. Why am I seeing these toe ballerina shoes? You know, toe shoes. You can stand on your toes. She just keeps showing that, standing on her toes, standing on her toes. Okay, I understand. And she's sharing with me that not only did the owner, her owner, but as well as herself made the best of things, made the best of things. Kept it positive, kept it upbeat. And Satan was with me for the thick and thin. Was there through the thick and thin. Didn't abandon me. Stood by my side. My guardian says it just like that. My guardian, thank you. And I'm just going to ask the dog the message. Oh, is that interesting? So the dog's saying, I'm thanking you for the richness of your love. It brought, it's like you gave me life, like something about giving them life. You gave me life. Sorry, I had it, I've just forgotten it. Okay, just help me again. You gave me life, you gave me your time. You gave me your love. I am grateful for all those things. It's funny because it's interesting because this dog just keeps showing me images of like pearls, a crown, just talking about the richness of the time you spent together. And she's saying, I'm happy as can be on the other side. And she's like, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha. And just kind of, I'm well fed, I'm happy, and just like walking around, cha-cha-cha. I'm not alone. I feel this dog is just referring to an elderly male in spirit, that they're with an elderly male in spirit. And she's saying we've grown to love each other. She's saying like he's gentle. I like that. He has like something about a gentle touch, a gentle energy. This elderly gentleman. And that he's happy to be, like saying reunited. So I feel that this gentleman knew this dog on the earth plane, possibly knew this dog prior to the dog passing. And isn't that funny that the dog saying, we snuggle up together. Okay, seeing like a blanket. It almost looks like it's like a plaid, what is that thicker fabric called? I don't know, not tweed, wool maybe? It's a heavier fabric blanket and it looks like it's plaid, like cozying up under the blanket together. It's funny because this gentleman is saying like, two old fogies. I don't know. So there's something about two old fogies. Okay. I just want to see if there's anything else to be shared. Oh, it's like just like a little bit of like philosophy. It feels like it's coming from everybody. Just saying, do not discredit the importance of your connection with an animal in your life. It is eternal, and it not only changes your life, but the life of the pet. And your connection is eternal. It's almost like this gentleman is just telling me all this, like just confirming this for you, proving this to you with his connection to your dog on the other side. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to leave you with, Larissa believes this is my family's dog. Okay, Larissa, I hope you can take that beautiful, beautiful dog. Wow, and that bond is like unbelievable. So I can't even put into words. So thank you for that privilege. So thank you for this evening and being allowed to connect with your loved ones in spirit. I'm just going to remind you to keep your heart brave and your imagination wild, because anything is possible. Please do check out my website, sign up for my newsletter, and I look forward to working with everybody next Wednesday. And let me work on a Zoom event, and maybe I can give you some more information about that next week. So lots of love to everybody, and I'll see you soon. Take care.